Greetings, royal queens and kings. It's your host, Queen Tulsa, and welcome back to the Butterfly Lounge. I will be your captain today. First and foremost, if you're not subscribed to the Butterfly Lounge, I need you to subscribe to the lounge. And if you're already subscribed, please set your notifications so that you don't miss any of the hot topics and fire content. And you already know what I'm going to tell you. Go ahead and make sure you like. Queens and Kings on the agenda today. We have Kim Porter, the investigation. The male victim is actually suing P. Diddy. Young Miami is included. Justin Combs is out here recruiting the youngest child. Well, let's give a moment of silence to Kim Porter. All right. So, Kim Porter was unalived on November 15th of 2018 in Toluca Lake, California, after experiencing flu-like symptoms for days. Her cause of unalivement was listed as deferred on her death certificate, and an autopsy was completed on November the 16th. Sean Diddy Combs, accused of S harassment and A by producer on his latest album, Love. Rodney Lil Rod Jones say his life has been detrimentally detrimentally impacted since he worked with Combs. There was a reader, Sloan Bella. DJ Akademiks has blasted Young Miami after rapper was mentioned in a $30 million SA lawsuit. A music producer recently filed against Sean Diddy Combs. On Monday, February the 26th, Akademiks took to X, formerly known as Twitter, after news of the latest accusations against Diddy broke, comparing Young Miami to convicted ST Gurr, the traffic, uh, Gailzine Maxwell, and the court docs. Jones detailed Justin Combs as a recruiter for underage girls and P-tubes. He also stated Diddy and his son engaged in an intense argument with which led to how boom. According to TMZ, a man named G was powed in the stomach. Jones states Diddy told the man to lie about the incident and say he was injured in a drive-by. Well, you all, let's go ahead and get into our royal roll call. We have Judy Coles in the building says, good afternoon, Queen Tulsa and family. Good afternoon, good evening, and welcome right on to the safe space. So welcome to the lounge. All right, we have Aries Wah. They need to go ahead and arrest him already. Yes, hello, Aries. Thank you for stopping by. All right, welcome to the Butterfly Lounge. Please tap the light as you stroll in. Thank you for your support. Maria says hi to Coles and Aries. Beauty says thank you, Maria. Area. All right, would you like to support Queen Tulsa via Cash App? There you are. So as I go ahead and get into our story for today, I did want to share this particular story, and I want to say that first of all, trigger warning. We have breaking news. There was a modern day. I'm going to bring up the article. During Black History Month, okay. During Black History Month, okay, what are we doing? No, I don't know. Okay, during Black History Month, Trevante Jamal Sherbert Hilton found hanging from tree in North Georgia. Okay, all right. State investigators awaiting autopsy results for black man discovered hanging from tree in North Georgia forest. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation is still awaiting the autopsy results for the body of a man who was found hanging from a tree last week in North Georgia. A hiker found the body of 29-year-old Trevante Jamal Sherbert Hilton on a trail not far from High Shoals Falls in Swallow Creek Wildlife Management Area on February 21st. After the hiker reported the discovery to the Towns County Sheriff's Office that afternoon, local authorities, as well as the Georgia Natural Department of Resources, called in the Georgia Bureau of Investigation to assist in the investigation. In a press release, GBI investigators stated that Sherbert Hilton's death appears to be an isolated incident based on a preliminary investigation. State authorities also said Sherbert Hilton was by himself at the wildlife management area. Here is that full release. Hiwassee, Georgia, February 22nd, 2024. At the request of the Towns County Sheriff's Office and the Georgia Department of Natural Resources, GBI agents are investigating the death of Trevante Jamal Sherbert Hilton, age 29, of Salte Nakuchi, Georgia. The investigation shows that Sherbert Hilton was discovered by a hiker at the Swallow Creek Wildlife Management Area. During the afternoon hours on February 21st, 2024, the hiker contracted Towns County 911 to alert authorities about the death. The preliminary investigation in case this death is an isolated incident, and Sherbert Hilton was by himself at the WMA. Sherbert Hilton will be taken to the GBI medical examiner's office where an autopsy will be performed. This investigation is active and ongoing. GBI spokesperson Kimberly Williams told Atlanta Black Star that state authorities were requested to investigate Sherbert Hilton's death since his body was found on state property. Williams stated no additional information was available to release at this time, but said the autopsy report is pending completion. Authorities state Sherbert Hilton was from Salty, Nottawhatchee, which is situated right outside Helen and Yellen, and about 20 miles south of Towns County. The Swallow Wildlife Management Area is a 19,000-acre property located in the Chattahoochee Oconee National Forest. Visitors can hike, camp, fish, and hunt on the property. The investigation remains ongoing. Back to you guys in the studios. All right, and thank you so much for that report. That was breaking news from our Queen Tulsa, live always in the field. All right, so here we are. Okay, let's get into it. Now we do have more. We have more great news for the Kim Porter investigation. Here in the investigation team, here on the investigation team, we have quite a bit of testimony. We have quite a few court documents that reflect majority of what's been going on in the news. Now, I want to let's take it back because I don't know if you all know but Young Miami has been feuding with the popular um, and royal staff, royal heirs, royal family. Can we drop Armand Wiggins' link? He started off with just a green screen with his little 10-inch television and a rocking chair. And he started off here on YouTube. Over time, Armand has put in the work, he's done his due diligence, and now he is on Fox Soul. I say that to say this. Armand was in a tizzy with Young Miami, and they were on X, and they were going back and forth and things of that nature. And so I really wanted. I'm going to post the photos on our next case with Queen Toast because those are receipts that we're going to have to dive into. So we will definitely um, catch up with you on those receipts. We do our investigations on next case with Queen Toast. All right. So first on the docket, let me go ahead and bring this up. This is so relevant to our case at this time, at this moment. Absolutely. All right, let me go ahead and get into the chat with you all and see what you all are saying. All right, we have guests in the building. All right. All right. Let's see. Judy. All right, do we have Miss Dovey Milton too in the building? If you're a content creator, definitely say, hey, I'm a content creator. Follow me. All right, Judy Cole says, wow. Yes, absolutely. Our royal butterflies are welcoming our guests. All right, check out our friend, okay? Dovey, check out our channel. All right, Dovey, our royal family has already taken care of you. Yes, Diddy has layers and layers of accusations. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Layers and layers and layers of accusations. All right, we have Judy Cole. What did Judy Cole say? I just subscribed, Dovey. Absolutely. Our royal roll call. We have Wani 11, my brothers up in here. Drop those butterflies. Absolutely. Hey, Wani 11. All right, everyone is greeting everyone. Welcome, Royals. Please like, share, subscribe, and join the convo respectfully to bless Queen Tulsa via Cash App. There it is. And there is Armand Wiggins' show. There's his link. Get on over there and follow him. He's going to say, get in here, get in here. Everybody get in here, okay? And listen here. I did it for our girl Wendy. Okay, get in here. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There's the the royal court. Yes, the royal court is right there. He says, "Thank you. You are so welcome, beautiful." Now check this out. I don't know if you guys have been watching, but listen here. Let me drop this down right quick because I am an icon. I'm a legend, and I am the moment. Okay, you already know I wore my little poom poom shorts. Yes, I wore my poom poom shorts in the name of Wendy Williams. Okay, and let's get into this. Wendy is the queen of everything. Okay, how you doing? Okay, how you doing? And listen here, I got the blonde here. You know, Wendy loves a dark fruit. And girl, give her the blonde. And yes, did I nail it? Yes. And listen, let me tell you a secret. You know, usually I won't, but I will. Mhm. Absolutely. Listen, did I nail it? If I nailed it, can we get a how you doing? Can we get a free Wendy? Can we get a how you doing? Okay. Yes. All right. Young Miami's cousin. Absolutely. So, all right. The content has been content. Thank you so much. And shout out to all of you that pour into the show. Um, I mean, look at where we are now. You come in here, get up, listen here, get your bottle of water, get on over there on that sofa and have a seat. Okay. Yes. It's such as yes. All right. Now let's go ahead Let's get into it. Hey, looking fly, Queen Tulsa. Thank you so much. All right, free Wendy, JT split. Yes. Yes, JT split just in time. And you know what? You all make some valuable points. Let me go ahead and get on to this particular content right here. Now, Young Miami's cousin, yes, this is the content that I had pulled up. Now, keep this out, you guys. Now, Young Miami's cousin, who Diddy's male accuser claims SA'd him in a bathroom, okay? And this is number 80 on the lawsuit. Number 80. Once again, Mr. Jones pushed her off. The following are images from a video of Young Miami and her cousin, Mr. Jones and Mr. Combs. Now get into it. So up here, up top right here is the fellas, right? So Mr. Jones and Mr. Combs on Thanksgiving Day, right before Mr. Combs invites Mr. Jones into the restroom and attempted to force him to take, you know, if you know, you know. We can't say it. If you know, you know. All right. So Young Miami and her female cousin who SA'd Mr. So Young Miami and her female cousin who SA'd Mr. Jones on Thanksgiving Day of 2022. This is 2022, people. 2022. Booger sugar. Yes. They were on the booger sugar. Honey, they were on the booger sugar. Now, let's get into this. All right, so let me read it to you. And hopefully you all can see it. Okay, so Thanksgiving 2022, Mr. Jones is SA'd by Young Miami's cousin. Okay, by Young Miami's cousin. 74 on Thanksgiving Day 2022, Mr. Jones was in Mr. Combs' house located in Miami, Florida. Young Miami and her female cousins were also present. 75. Mr. Combs was intoxicated and offered booger sugar to Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones rejected him and proceeded to walk to the restroom. 76. While using the restroom, Young Miami's cousin burst into the bathroom and began groping Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones believes that Mr. Combs sent her in there to SA Mr. Jones. 77. As she entered the bathroom, she dropped to her knees and began performing OS on Mr. Jones. Expose weenus. Mr. Jones pushed her away and exited the bathroom. 78. Young Miami's cousin did not accept Mr. Jones' rejection as she proceeded to follow Mr. Jones out of the bathroom. She started undressing and attempted to straddle him and have blank with him in the presence of Mr. Combs and his staff. Whew. Oh. Okay, shout out to our family over at Media Takeout. And if the neighborhood talk, if we can get the neighborhood talk link in the chat as we support them, and we always want to credit the source. Okay, so this article says, "Say what? Diddy hit with the SA lawsuit from a former male employee says Diddy would touch his G toes, Gentiles, and anus from Arby's." Showed alleged video of Stevie J having blank with a man. and he was allegedly aided by Young Miami's cousin. Now, this is deep, you all. This is deep. Let me read a few comments right here. So, someone says, why Diddy's son pictured on the last slide? This is a mess. Oh, Carisha, please. Oh, Carisha, please. Somebody says Miami ain't got nothing to do with this, and since they struggling to get Diddy, they want to throw her in this. Be so for real. Someone says Diddy likes to party, and you got to tell him no. Okay. Um, and someone says, I see why JT stays home. Smart lady. Well, honey, JT was just over at what's her name? Child JT. Okay, so girl, we gonna get on up out of there. Okay, let's go ahead and go on up here. Um, um, Corey Carlise. Okay, that's the story we'll cover. All right, let's get into this. Oh, let's get into this. I want to get into this. Oh, baby, I want to get into this. So we're gonna stop sharing that there, and give me 1 second. And I'm going to come to the chat now. I'm going to see what you all have to say before we go further. Before we go further in our content. Okay. So before we go further in our content, I want to read some of the comments. Harry Smith says, whoa. Okay. Absolutely. Whoa. Okay. Whoa. Uh-huh. Whoa. It's a big whoa. All right. Let me take a poll and let me ask you guys, do you guys think young Miami is innocent? Do you think Young Miami is innocent? And I'm asking because people are defending Young Miami. They are saying, why do you have Young Miami, up there on the thumbnail? Or why do you have Young Miami? I mean, when you talk about birds of a feather flock together. If I go outside and I look for one of my birds, one of my hens, you think that I'm going to just find one, or am I going to find them all? Am I going to find them all walking together? You know? And actually, what I'll do is I'll do uh, I'll do this. I'll do this. Okay, so uh Okalina, Maria. Okay. So, okay, okay, all right, okay. 111 says, I just finished watching your live from earlier today. Butterfly, just want to say thank you for keeping this space a safe place for many of us butterflies. I thank you for gracing the stage. We choose love and life here. Absolutely. But on that backup channel, we're gonna give you the how you doing? Okay. Yes, I agree, Wani. Judy says, it was an awesome exchange, Wani. This should be a state case. No, this should be federal. No, this should be federal. So you're saying that it should be a state? Oh, baby, it should be a federal. We need to get the feds in here. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of the feds, now there is a psychic medium, Sloan Bella. If we can get her link dropped in the chat, let me share her link with us. How can I do this? Okay. All right. So what the video that I'm going to pull up? Okay. I'm not sure how to do it, but this is how we're going to do it. Okay. We're going to speed it up a little bit, and she's going to say some things that are going to bring a lot to life. This is the psychic medium that warned us months ahead before Diddy's takedown. Get into this.
Person, 12th house energy. Remember that. Remember that charts overlap on top of each other. So our rising sign, even Neptune, is Pisces ruling planet. gave her even less of an idea about her own power. When Neptune comes near any planet in a chart, I don't care if it's Sun, Moon, Venus, I don't care if it's transiting, you cannot see clearly. You go to the ethers, which is a spiritual or metaphysical concept, and it isn't lined with what is laying right in front of you. So what is logistically in front of you, tangible and real. It's more dreamy. It has another scope of vision. It will try in a different way. But her personality was not Pisces rising. Her personality was 100% show me something. I don't trust you. And very, very articulate. Now, that's not Pisces rising. They operate from behind the scenes of intellect. Intellect is a grounding thing. So you look to the 7th house.
Okay, so how is the volume? Are you all able to hear me out in the audience? Hello, Rena Love. Calling to Kuru. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you. Listen, peep this out. I have a question. Let me know if you all can hear. Let me know if you all can hear clearly. The volume is good. Okay. I thought I was going to have to come in from the outside. Okay. All right. Now, pretty much what Sloan Bella is going to be telling us, she's going to be giving us the 411 on the Wendy Williams. The Kim Porter, the energy of what was going on, the vibes, what's going to be said, what's going to come out. So just giving you guys a backstory of what we're listening to. And thank you for letting me know the volume was great.
House, and Virgo occupies her 7th house. And as a result of that, she's penetratingly articulate to avoid feeling on an emotional level. She had Pluto in Virgo in the 7th house. She also has Uranus in the 7th house in Libra, going into the 8th house or 8th house cusp. Saturn is placed in the 2nd house. And that is very interesting. Saturn in and of itself, placed in the 2nd house, placed in a sign that is concerned with material wealth and goods in the Taurus house, okay? So placed where it should be. In opposition to Venus, Mars, and Jupiter means there is a breakdown on an emotional and on a morality level about what one will accept karmically in regards to those aspects, which I think was exactly what was going on at the time that she passed. I feel like something had crossed such a boundary with her that she had no choice but to see it straight up front and center. Now, the other aspect that I really love about her chart, I find her energy really interesting. She made me chuckle because she's like a kid who's been like pushed in front of a judge, and the judge is like, do you have anything to say for yourself? And she's like, I don't think so. What do you have to say for yourself? She's like right back at you. That's her personality. So she's not one to lie down easily, and she doesn't trust everybody. So you have to prove to her, you have to gain her respect by the way that you treat her. And if you treat her like shit, the Cancer moon pops in, and this is her downfall. Along with that Pisces rising, is the Cancer moon can never move forward until it deals with what was behind it. So if you were running a race down the street, a marathon, we would be watching an Aries person running with their eyes focused way, way ahead, a Sagittarius person running off in 25 different directions, a Cancer moon person looking behind them. Anybody with Cancer is constantly repeating what came before what they're dealing with now in order to release the energy of this. And she was doing just that. Now, I'm talking about the late Kimberly Porter, who had several children, 3, I believe, with a man named P with Diddy on the back, and had another child, an older boy prior to that. Immediately, I pick up on the connection to the older boy. So,
okay, so what she is explaining Kim Porter's son. She's talking about the oldest one. And if you all will look really, 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 really close, this man likes to allegedly cross lines, cross the lines, like cross the lines. Cross the lines. You get what I'm saying? Cross the lines. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You can read in between that. Get into this because it's all going to make sense.
So there was something about that child that she acknowledged was different because there was an understanding of who she was from him. So I feel like it might be that he knew her more or for longer, and therefore she feels as though he really understands who she is. Now, she passed away in Los Angeles, Toluca Lake, actually, in 2018 from pneumonia. Sound familiar? Yeah, from pneumonia.
Okay, so right there, let's talk about, and all this is allegedly. Let's stop right there. In LA, this happened in LA. In those court documents, P. Diddy has a connection with the LA police. You feel me? He has a connection with the police out there. So when you talk about when the police showed up, or when whoever 911 showed up, and then you see Diddy out there talking to the police and things like that. He's talking to everybody. Was he briefing them? We don't know. We got questions. Who was out there? Everybody that was out there that was talking to Diddy, whoever put that police report together, we want to see you in court. Let's get into it, because when you talk about connections, there's connections in that lawsuit, y'all. Do y'all know that? Yes, and all this is allegedly. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I started to feel the energy around that. And immediately my eyes were drawn down towards the ground. Immediately. This is just something that was so overwhelming to her and so uncalled for and so unexpected. And my mind went straight to the kitchen counter in the house that she was in. I don't know if she owned this house or was renting it. I get a feeling like it was kind of, I almost want to say kind of transitory for her. She wasn't there a lot. But I'm looking at this silver tin in the kitchen, and it almost looks like a mint tin, but it's a bit thicker. I'm looking at the silver tin, and I'm looking at it, and it's open, and she's putting something in her mouth, and she's looking at her hands. So I don't know if this was like a mint that left color on your hands, or if this was like some kind of chocolate in a tin can. I can't see any writing on the side, but I do see wrapping, like shrink wrapping. And she's showing me a shrink wrapping machine. So like how you make, I guess, gifts for gift sales or whatever people do. She's showing me this machine because I'm asking her, how did they get to the tin? So what she's showing me is that. And what I'm being shown, I don't believe by her, because I'm pretty sure she doesn't understand what this is, because I don't get what this is. And I feel like she doesn't know what this is. She's addressing the tin can as if that's the culprit of why she died. But what I'm being shown is 3 months prior to her passing, I'm getting a huge amount of head congestion with her, allergies, sniffles, pet allergies.
I want you guys to take a look right here. I want to say this. Do y'all feel like Wendy Williams is used as a pawn? And this is allegedly on Jay-Z and P. Diddy. Okay? Jay-Z, P. Diddy. Do y'all feel like Wendy Williams is a pawn between them two? Because I want to say this. Wendy, someone had called into Wendy's radio show back when she was in radio and was like, "Hey, Wendy, I'm sorry. Was like, "Hey, Wendy, what's that girl's first and last name? And what's Free's first and last name?" Right? And so Wendy's like, "What?" She was like, "Well, Free is up here having her baby, and Jay-Z been up here all day." That's what she said. Listen here. We'll put that on a okay, let me see if you guys can hear it. Let me see if you all will be able to hear this. Um
Executive brought the tape to me. I broke the record executive brought the tape to me because he knew that I could put light on this tape when no one else could. And I did. I broke the R. Kelly story on air the next day.
Oh.
Yet it is a they need to know what is Sue's real name because I work at a hospital.
What is whose real name?
Free.
Bree?
Free.
Free.
You know how you said Free might be pregnant for Jay-Z?
Yeah, but what I'm understanding is that Jay-Z's boy Ty or Tay Tay just had a baby.
Oh, because I work at a hospital and Jay-Z was here.
Let me.
Hours.
Okay, what do you call hours?
I mean for a whole my 8-hour shift.
Were y'all able to hear the audio? Were y'all able to hear the audio? I'll play it one more time.
Hello, yes. Listen, yes, it is a they need to know what is Sue's real name because I work at a hospital.
What is whose real name?
Free.
Bree? Free.
You know how you said Free might be pregnant for Jay-Z?
Yeah, but what I'm understanding is that Jay-Z's boy Ty or Tay Tay just had a baby.
Oh, because I work at a hospital and Jay-Z was here. Oh.
Okay, what do you call hours?
I mean for a whole my 8-hour shift.
Allegedly, right? And so when we think about Wendy going to California, isn't Diddy like in California? Doesn't he have like a place out there? Weren't they saying that old girl? And I don't, all this is allegedly, I'm just trying to make sense of it all. But Diddy is on the East Coast. I mean, on the West Coast. Is he on the West Coast? Diddy is on the West Coast. Wendy all of a sudden appeared on the West Coast. You see what I'm saying? Miss Kim Porter was unalived on the West Coast. Can we, you know what I'm saying? A mysterious situation. You know? Allegedly. This is all allegedly, people. Do y'all get the comparisons? Do y'all see, like, okay, so that's why I'm saying, like, is Wendy a pawn? That's the question. Do you think Wendy Williams is a pawn for Jay-Z and P. Diddy? Wendy said she wanted to interview P. Diddy when they were saying that she was losing her mind, this, that, and the third, on the documentary. We're going to have to go back to that documentary. She says, I want to interview P. Diddy. She's got information. Get into this. Get into this, people.
Nasal issues, and she has nasal spray. When I see the nasal spray on the week before she died, I see it like a magnet. So a magnet with a red end and the magnet part, the gray at the end. And if you do pencil shavings with a magnet and you hold it up, the pencil shavings stick to it like that. She inhaled this up her nose, pencil shavings. And I don't know what is in pencil shavings exactly. I don't even know what it is anymore.
That's a great point. Is that why Jay-Z brought the whole hospital floor for Beyonce when Blue was born? Because of this situation? Oh, child. My thing is, when it comes to when we think about Diddy, really is Justin his kid? We don't know. Is Justin his? We need a blood test. I believe she could be. Let's talk about it. Flonase, possibly. Lead poison. All that. I feel like it's no coincidence when you're talking about when you're talking about Kim Porter, she was going to be writing her book, and Wendy Williams got the tea. Wendy Williams is nobody's fool. Miss Wendy has been trying to tell us for a long time. She told us when old boy had, like snatched his underwear down, his britches down. Let's go, y'all. Let's get into it.
Anymore, but whatever those little particles of toxic metal are what was in the nose spray. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Can I prove it? No, but I'm feeling this. This is the energy I'm feeling. So some sort of metals or toxic metal in the nasal spray. And I'm feeling that this was unknown to her. So I get up, I use the nasal spray, I walk around, don't feel good. There's a weird taste in my mouth. I'm not feeling well. I do have a cold. How did I get the cold? I don't know. Probably from the kids in the neighborhood touching some, who knows, right? It's all before the 2020 lockdown stuff. So who knows where she got it. But then I'm feeling the nose spray and I'm getting like a blinding pain behind my eye here on the day that she passed. Blinding pain. So I think she may have had some sort of headache prior to passing out. And I also feel like she got up just before she passed away. And she passed away so suddenly.
Okay, I want to ask this. With Kim Porter, did she have any type of conservatorship around her? What was the life insurance policy about? Like who gained anything? Are the kids, did she leave her children anything? Because from my understanding, the house that she lived in, that's P. Diddy's house. She was just staying there under full surveillance, allegedly.
Thud and I'm out. Okay, so she fell down and passed out of her body. Different than if somebody's in bed and they fall asleep and they just step out of their body that way. This was, she hit the ground and was out of her body. And I feel like she went to check on her nose. I see her looking at her nose. So I do feel she got up to check on the condition of her nose. I don't know if it was itchy. I don't know what. I have pain in the left side of my head. So I feel she passed really rather suddenly. And then I'm going back to the tin can and I'm going to the house that she's in. And this is why I think it's a bit of a transitory house, meaning I'm not sure how often she's there. But what I am seeing is that I can watch everything about her in this house. Now, most of us have cameras in our house. That's not a particularly psychic thing to say. I myself have a bunch of cameras in my house and around my house. However,
let's be honest. Okay, so let's go here. In this lawsuit, the guy says that there are recordings. The guy has recordings. There is recordings going on. Let's go.
There is somebody else that has cameras in her house that she is unaware of. She is unaware, and they were put in her house while she stepped to the side and wasn't in her house. So the cameras were put there without her being able to view it on her own cameras when she wasn't home. And it was done so in such a way that it looked like somebody was making repairs. Okay, so nobody in the neighborhood's like, hey, who's that guy hanging off the second story window? Not like that. This was done all behind the scenes, all low grade. And so sorry, her energy makes me laugh because she's so trouble. Now her hands are down here on her hips. Anyway, usually like this.
Okay, so pretty much if you guys are confused and she's saying what's going on, she's channeling Kim Porter's, the late Kim Porter's, respectfully, channeling her energy and giving us messages of what Miss Kim was saying. Mm-hmm. All right, let's go.
Giving me the look, what are you saying? And I'm thinking because this is unknown to her, or she's unsure of what happened, because there are other people. This is what I'm understanding. There are other people in her personal friend circle, not just who people think orchestrated this, the baby's daddy, but other people that betrayed her. So I can't trust anybody. She can see, but when she was alive, she couldn't trust anybody because somebody betrayed her with the cameras in her house. And that tin can has something to do with it. I cannot see what it holds. You know what I think it holds? This is a weird thing to say. I think it's an old school tin can. I'm seeing something orange on the cover. So I think it's like old school cough medicine or cough throat drops, like old school, like powdered something in them. Powder on them. It looks almost like a candy your grandmother would have. I should say my grandmother would have had. Looks like a candy, but it's for your throat. Old school in the tin. And there's something to do with that because she's looking at her hands. It took me a while to get there, but she's looking at her hands. And I don't know if it's because she picked up something. They can do whatever they want. Now, part of this is blocked from her. And there are other people with her on the other side that this has happened to as well. People she doesn't know, but that are in that same circle of.
Okay. So when she says that Miss Kim Porter crossed over and it's other people over there that Diddy has done this too. Well, allegedly, there are people that are unaccounted for. There are people out there that are unaccounted for. Let's get into that. Let's get into this right here. Let's get into this article. Suge Knight, shocking accusations. Okay, so I feel like let's go on a quick commercial break right quick, and actually let me do the countdown, and we'll be right back. Okay, just one moment. All right, can we get a countdown? Let's go. All right, here we are. We are back. Yes, we are here in the Butterfly Lounge. And thank you all for hanging out in here with us on this beautiful, blessed day. Okay, so we have an article right here. Let me see what you all are seeing in the chat, and then I will proceed. He says secrets. I believe it because anything allegedly in the industry, the throw candy well it was mad, but we ate them like candy. Oh yeah, back in the day. Okay, absolutely. I wanted to bring this up because I wanted to bring Suge Knight into this because I feel like he plays a very a strong part in what's going on, right? So this article, and actually it's by Hip Hop DX, and I'll go ahead and throw that link in the chat. All right, so Suge Knight makes shocking accusation about Diddy amid SA lawsuits, and this was on November the 25th of 2023. All right, Suge Knight has never been afraid to throw shots at Diddy. And now that the bad boy mogul is facing a variety of SA lawsuits, the ex-Death Row CEO has taken aim at him once again. And In the latest episode of his Collect Call with Suge Knight podcast, which dropped on Friday, November the 24th, Suge revisited the pair's longtime rivalry and made even more allegations about Puff's alleged violence towards women. What Puffy done, what Puffy did, or what Puffy do is not a surprise. Everybody know what it is, he said. I mean, you got to be able to that type of ish to a woman and to other women, but it's not like it's new news. Speaking to co-host Dave May, Suge then claimed that Diddy once assaulted a female assistant because she didn't tell him about Cassie's alleged fling with Kid Cudi. Same time he beat the ish out of MF and Cassie, he had an assistant by the name of Capricorn. He continued, he felt Capricorn was keeping this ish on the low about if she was messing with Cudi or not. Puffy beat the ish out of that itch. Not only did he beat the ish out of her, it was an interscope person, an interscope check that paid her to settle so he wouldn't go to jail. Now, Knight, who is currently serving a 28-year prison sentence for a fatal hit and run, later joked, Puffy, I don't want to see you go down, but if you need a silly, I'm going to grant your blank my cell boy. Have your cook game working. I don't want no head, but you going to be cleaning toilets. Woo, child. Okay, let me go ahead and let's go ahead and just take a listen right quick. What y'all think? Should we? Okay, should we? We're gonna go ahead. Okay. I feel like it's appropriate. Let me bring this one up. I feel like it's appropriate. Okay. Let's go.
Hello.
This is Global Tellink. You have a prepaid call from
Suge Knight.
this call, and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. To accept this call, dial 5 now.
Fair use commentary, fair use. This is under the Copyright Fair Use Act 107. We are doing some research for educational purposes. We are searching around. We are doing it in a fair way.
Out here, I mean, you know, the whole history of yourself and Puffy going back really to that night of our Source Awards together in '95, man.
Yeah. All right, so if you guys know anything about that, honey, you definitely know that that Suge Knight made a statement at this award show, and this is pretty much how it went.
Thank God. Second of all, I'd like to thank my whole entire Deferred family on both sides, you know what I'm saying? I'd like to tell Tupac to keep his guards up. We ride with him. And one other thing I'd like to say, any artist out there want to be an artist and want to stay a star, don't want to have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all in the video, all on the record, dancing, come to Death Row.
Yeah. Well, listen here. I'm going to leave you guys with that. What did Suge Knight tell us, or what have we been hearing on these streets about Diddy that is coming to pass. You know, it's a lot. It's very heavy. And trust me, I understand it is very heavy right now. However, we still have to address the big elephant in the room. And that is, why is everyone, so obsessed with the story? You know, what's the big question? I'll leave you with that. We'll come back here a little bit later. I want to thank you all for your due diligence in coming by, liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, also fellowship and engaging with us. All right. Okay, so Wani11 says, wasn't Suge in videos with his artist too? But when we look at that, I don't know. I don't know. When I think about it, I think about P. Diddy, because I want to say like majority, if not all of the comedians have called Diddy out or his artists out on like, dancing in those videos, Thank you, Queen Tulsa. Diddy is supposedly a predator. That's a good one. That's a good one. Well, for me, it's gonna be like the aggression towards women, and looking at it now. And then I heard in an interview that the dude, this was in the receipts. We're gonna have to come back later because the neighborhood talk, they have been putting out some receipts as well. Mr. Jones alleged that P. Diddy said that he will eat his face. Man, that man, in my opinion, from observation and the stories that are going around, that man is demonic. This man said that he will eat this man's flesh. Thank you, Royals. Please like on your way out. Absolutely. This man, Diddy, was in almost every video with his artist. Every single video. What was his little dance? He got that signature dance like what's her name? Mary J. Blige. And that Mary J. Blige, you know what? Everybody in that camp, Mary J. Blige. And then listen here. I want to say this. Jay-Z has an informant, a previous informant in his camp. I want y'all to know that. She was an informant. I want y'all to know that. Jay-Z has a retired informant in his camp. And her record got cleaned. Yes, he was. The Diddy Shade. Yeah, that one. That's it. Yeah, that's it. The Diddy Shade. The Harlem Shade. That's it. Yes. So listen here. I think that we should definitely come back and join in and sound off on this topic. I definitely want to thank you all so much. I am your host, Queen Tulsa, and this concludes our broadcast of the day. We want to thank all of our royals. If you sold into the platform today, we really appreciate you. All of the sources that we cited today, we definitely want to thank you and keep the work coming. Craig Mack, Black Rob, Biggie Smalls, absolutely. Absolutely. All pass on. Crazy. Yes. Yes, all of them. Biggie, and you know what this felt like with me? This whole situation when that man said he didn't pay me for my work. He took my work. I just felt Biggie. I felt Christopher. Mr. Notorious. That man said, yes, I'm getting my justice. He did it to me. That's what Mr. Notorious said, the late Notorious, rest in peace, that man's soul. He said he did it to me. Miss Kim Porter woke me up out my sleep early this morning. Guess what? When I rose this morning, I didn't have no doubt. I didn't have no doubt when I rose this morning. And that's why I'm so glad that we can come back on this beautiful evening and we can fellowship again. On that note, I'm going to thank you all so much. And listen here, I'll play our countdown because, baby, listen here, it's the countdown to greatness. On that note, DJ, drop us down until the music ends and then play that countdown. So long, guys. So long, Royals. And listen, it wouldn't be right if we didn't come back and just thank you, honey. I want to thank you for not parking on the lawn.